Coming into round 23 on the schedule, we're here at Road America, and this race is going to be very interesting because we have 32 laps. First time out here at Road America since Season 6, so a lot of drivers from the Hardee's National Series that have raced here before are probably going to have a little bit of an advantage, but some road course experience possibly going to play a favor in this race. DJ Curtis last year won 3 road course races in a row, and widely known as the road course king. He won at Cleveland earlier this season, but despite that win at Cleveland, Curtis has really faded in the championship mix. He's down to 5th in the title, and realistically, him and Bassinger, Weeks, and Rodriguez are out of this thing, but you never know for sure, and you gotta keep digging. Curtis is on the pole alongside Ryan Acosta, Dejon Weeks, Dom Capps, Jake Bassinger, the top 5 for today's race. For the title contenders, Capps and Mace are starting 4th and 7th. Jesse Turner just missed qualifying in Q3. He lines up 13th. For this race, it's going to be all about keeping your car on the racetrack and hitting your marks. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how these drivers tackle this road course race. It's been a very long time since we've raced here. Season 6, like we said, was the last time we've been here. Dom Capps won that race back in Season 6. Could Capps be the favorite to win today's race and get his 6th career win of this season? Speaking of which, Jake Bassinger coming off a big win at Michigan. It was his 10th career victory in the series. He's only the 13th driver to ever do so. Jesse Turner, Jordan Davis also on career 9, looking for their 10th career victory. Could it happen today? They're going to have to come from 13th and 17th on the grid. We're going to take an eye on our championship contenders as we get set and ready to go racing. As the field gets ready to take the green flag for round 23. The series' greatest road course driver of this modern era, DJ Curtis, who's had a miserable last couple of races, has won the Sony Pole Award, is going to bring Ryan Acosta, Dejon Weeks, Dom Capps, Jake Bassinger down. Acosta has not won a race yet this season. He starts 2nd. Can he win here today at Road America? Can Curtis come to victory lane yet again? The green flag flies and we're racing at Road America. Charlie Smith, first race for Athenian in the 3 car. 3 wide back there into turn 1. Will the field make it through fine? Looks as though they did. The front row drivers of Curtis and Acosta break away. Capps in the 3rd, Weeks back to 4th. Right there, there's the story. Charlie Smith in the 3 car. A lot of driver changes coming to this race weekend. Charlie Smith's in the 3, PJ Williams in the 31, and Sean Harple in the 25. This has been the most dangerous part of the whole track for this race weekend. A lot of drivers been bunching up here. Mace making a 3-wide maneuver, but here we are. Right here, everyone's been bunching up this whole weekend, the slow part of the course. Looks as though everyone's getting through fine, however. Some really good hard racing up towards the front. Dejon Weeks, Dom Capps racing hard for that 3rd position. Nick Mace, title contender, off the course. Gonna lose some valuable positions. Jeffrey Lynn, Dylan Young, Jeffrey Fenguy, who won at Canadian Tire, trying to fight his way into the top 10. PJ Williams in that 31, first time for him this season. Dropping a position. Dom Capps gets clear of Dejon Weeks. And for the race lead, how about Ryan Acosta trying to take it away? Can't quite get it done. Staying on course is the big part of succeeding here at Road America. And Matthew Rodriguez drives it off the course and goes into the gravel and will lose multiple positions. First lap is complete. Dejon Weeks eventually worked his way by Dom Capps, and he is into 3rd, trying to overtake Ryan Acosta for the 2nd position, trying to take it on the outside. Weeks door to door, and not backing down to Ryan Acosta, the veteran of the series. And Dejon Weeks looking like he's going to try and take Ryan Acosta on the outside. And Dom Capps getting shoved out of line. How about Charlie Smith in the 3 Chevy? Having a good outing. And Ryan Acosta out in the dirt a little bit. Still door to door with Dejon Weeks. This is for 2nd. DJ Curtis loving this. He's trying to step out and break away from everybody. Weeks still working on Ryan Acosta for the 2nd spot. Weeks peeks out in front, and he will eventually take over the second position. Acosta down to third now. And Charlie Smith, he's usually a good road course ringer, and for Athenian Motorsports, having a top 5 run right now. Trouble for John Bunnell, who qualified into the race, did very well, got punted off the course by Andreas Allen, and John Bunnell would crash into the tire barriers and would fall out of the race. Trouble deep in the pack as well in the first lap. Looks like Casey Lester, Chris Dodd tangled off the corner and just hit the wall and spun around, so trouble for the rookie and Chris Dodd. In the opening laps, Jesse Turner, the points leader, has been kind of struggling with his race cars. There was a little contact there with him and Steven Jenkins. Turner goes off the course just a little bit to lose a position to Bobby Jones and possibly to Kyle Collins. Bobby Jones, man, Turner's possibly going to fall to 20th here. So Turner has really been sliding down the orders, been struggling with his race car in the 17 Ford. Nick Mace is sitting there in 10th position as he fell down a position. And further up the grid, Dom Capps is sitting there in 6th, and right now would be your new points leader for the Sony Cup Series as it runs. So right now, big championship implications if the championship lead could change today. Jeffrey Finguy, one of the biggest movers so far, really only moved up 6 spots, but he's on a roll, trying to get up there and battle for the win. Charlie Smith's in 5th. Jake Bassinger trying to get around Ryan Acosta in 3rd. And Dejon Weeks is all over DJ Curtis for the lead. And here it is, Dejon Weeks trying to take DJ Curtis for the lead, side by side. Curtis has been very quick this race weekend. Dejon Weeks also pretty quick. And to the inside of DJ Curtis on his right. And looks as though he's going to take the position. Dejon Weeks looking pretty quick. Ryan Acosta also looking pretty quick. Charlie Smith just overtook Jake Bassinger back there for the 4th position. This is a great run for Charlie Smith. This is his first race for Athenian this year, and he's having a fantastic showing. He finished 2nd at Sonoma for Athenian last year, so it's not surprising to see Charlie Smith run very well. And Ryan Acosta trying to overtake TJ Curtis for 2nd, and on the outside, exactly the same move that Dejon Weeks did on him. And Ryan Acosta back into 2nd, but Curtis not going to give up without a fight, but he goes off the course doing so, and looks as though Ryan Acosta will indeed get 2nd. On lap 5, deep in the pack, we have a vicious crash. Josh Crash, Chris Dodd, big collision with Casey Lester and the tire barrier under the Briggs Station sign. This was a big, big collision. Chris Dodd was coming up to Josh Crash. Crash had just left pit road, and Dodd was trying to go around Josh Crash. Crash pushed up into him and into the tire barrier. A vicious collision. On board Casey Lester. Let's think good thoughts, because this was a bad, bad, bad crash. Oh my goodness. Lucky he hit Josh Crash in the left rear corner panel. But nonetheless, a very big crash. On board Josh Crash. Just gets hooked at the worst possible angle. And this was a very, very bad crash indeed. Well, after that very scary crash, we continue racing. DJ Curtis continues to battle with Ryan Acosta for the 2nd position. Charlie Smith trying to get around DJ Curtis. It's a big battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th placemen going at it. Charlie Smith actually slides very wide, nearly off the course. Jake Bassinger gets by Jeffrey Finguy, who just passed him not too long ago. And Finguy loses a position to PJ Williams. Dom Capps is down to 8th after losing a couple of spots. And lap car's Scott Roush, who would suffer some damage on the opening laps, is going to hold up some drivers here. Nick Mace down to 10th. Jesse Turner has worked his way back up to 15th. Currently, there's a pretty big battle for the 4th position. Charlie Smith, Jake Bassinger going at it for that 1 spot with Jeffrey Finguy right on their heels. Looks as though Charlie Smith's going to be able to get the advantage and take that spot away. PJ Williams, his teammate, getting in the battle. I think maybe Finguy may have shunted Bassinger out of the way. I don't know if Bassinger got loose, but That was very close and tight between the 92 and the 97, and Finguy moves his way up a position, and PJ Williams followed him through. Man, some hard racing there. Charlie Smith hanging on to a 4th place spot, Finguy into the top 10, or top 5. Another crash down in turn 1. Zachary Fitzwater pinned in the tire wall. He also wrecked with Cody Lama, so that was a pretty big hit, but nowhere near as bad as the other 3 drivers. Dom Capps looks like he's been fading in this run just a little bit. Here comes Nick Mace trying to do an overtake on him to the inside. Can't quite get him there. This is a battle for the 9th position. Further behind him, Jesse Turner has creeped his way into the top 12. He's got Jeffrey Lynn and Nick Mace in his crosshairs. Gonna try and get some more positions and possibly keep Nick Mace from gaining any ground on him in the title mix. Turner looking to get back on a roll of finishing in the top 10. Turner and Mace got together at Michigan and had some contact. Involved in that big wreck with James Shelley at Michigan. Turner underneath of Mace. Gonna clear him. And Turner surges ahead. Further up towards the lead, Ryan Acosta has been trying to run down Dejon Weeks. DJ Curtis, Charlie Smith, Jake Bassinger are lurking right behind these drivers. But Ryan Acosta is looking for his 6th career Sony Cup Series victory. But Dejon Weeks looking for his 2nd win of the season, 2nd career win. He leads Ryan Acosta. DJ Curtis trying to get another road course win to his name, sitting back there in 3rd. Charlie Smith has never won a Sony Cup Series race. He's in 4th. I tell you what, though, Nick Mace is going to give Jesse Turner all he has to win this championship. They're door-to-door, racing hard for position. And looks as though Mace is going to have the upper hand as they come down to the very slow part of the course. In a hard braking zone to the left. On the outside, Mace trying to pinch Jesse Turner off. And he's got a little bit of an advantage, but Turner still has the inside. Door to door. This is for 11th. Mace right now has the advantage as he heads off into the right-hander. Oh, Turner swinging it off wide in the grass, trying to stay ahead of Nick Mace. Still early on the race. We're only on lap 10 of 32. Turner gets ahead of Mace off the corner. But, man, every corner they fight with each other, trying to clear one another. Matthew Rodriguez gives Turner a little bit of a boot. Turner got loose, and Nick Mace gets in front of Jesse Turner again. Jesse Turner and Nick Mace continue to race really hard with each other. Mace slipped a little bit. Turner trying to come back on his outside. Mace going to run him a little bit wide, and he's going to keep him off it now. Every point's going to matter. That one position means you'll either be gaining 1 point or losing 1 point. And any which way can be the difference. And just up ahead of him, Dom Capps has just lost a position to Jeffrey Lynn, and he's down to 10th. So the title contenders are 10th, 11th, and 12th. But right now, 2nd and 3rd in the championship that are the closest to Turner in the title mix. They are currently ahead of Jesse Turner. And Turner going to try and fight back on Nick Mace. Mace a little loose entering the corners, and that allows Jesse Turner to get into the 11th position. Nick Mace and Jesse Turner continue to do battle. These guys did battle for the championship back in 2015 with Jesse Turner winning the title by 2 points. This very well could be the very same thing. Mace trying to outbreak Jesse Turner, trying to get the position, a little bit of contact, nothing too big though. Mace trying to stay on his corner panel, thinks better of it. Oh, Mace really loose. Just like we said, Mace has been very loose entering the corners, and that's been his downfall in being able to be one of the top drivers of this circuit right now. He falls some positions and is going to fall in the clutches of Matthew Rodriguez, but Mace very loose right now. Dom Capps just ahead of Jesse Turner. Further up, a battle for the 3rd position is heating up. DJ Curtis, Charlie Smith, Jake Bassinger. They're going at it, and here comes Charlie Smith to the inside of DJ Curtis. It looks as though he's going to be able to get the position, and he will. This is good to see out of Charlie Smith. He's kind of been all over the place on the market for 2018. But here he is driving the 3 car, this team's already won with PJ Williams this year at Kansas. And Charlie Smith trying to get them his first win of the season, first win of his career, and also another win for the 3 team. He moves into 3rd, and last weekend's winner, Jake Bassinger, is underneath of Curtis for the 4th spot. Up front, the battle for the lead continues to be very intense to watch. Dejon Weeks, Ryan Acosta lead this pack of cars around. The front 2 have pulled away from everybody. Dejon Weeks won at Indianapolis. Ryan Acosta, we documented it at Michigan, but Acosta has won at least 1 race in every season since 2015, but this is the longest we've seen Acosta go winless into the season. The longest we've went without seeing Acosta win at least 1 race was 2015. He won like round 19. We're at round 23 now, and Acosta has yet to win a race this season. You got to wonder if Acosta is going to win a race this season. He's been pretty quick and very fast. He was pretty fast at Michigan. He had a top 10 race car, and here he is with possibly a race-winning car. He's hanging in with Dejon Weeks, and possibly can get Allen Family Racing Team their 2nd win of the season. Battle for 5th, Jeffrey Fenguy has moved his way up into the top 5 with a pass on Jake Bassinger. Bassinger kind of slipped off the final corner, allowed Jeffrey Fenguy and PJ Williams to go underneath. So Bassinger is now down to 7th, move Fenguy up into the top 5. Jesse Turner has caught Dom Capps for the 10th position. And you know they want to beat one another in the title mix. Capps is blocking his tail off right now to keep Turner off, and Turner goes in hot off the final corner. Turner overcooks it, and that's going to allow Nick Mays to try and make a run at Jesse Turner down the straightaway. Oh man, you can really see that Turner and Capps were kind of going at it. Capps is trying to block Turner and keep him back. And because of Turner trying to overcook it and get underneath or get around Dom Capps, it allowed Nick Mays to get by. And Turner still sliding. And here comes Matthew Rodriguez, who's been sort of a top 15 race car, kind of struggling to get his footing on. He's going to go around Jesse Turner for the 12th spot. Green flag pit stops are going on. I wonder if they can make it all the way on fuel, or if they're just short pitting, because Nick Mace and them are all in, possibly short pitting here. Mace is the first car down pit road with Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Young and a bunch of others from the mid-pack on. And the next lap later, the leaders are in. Dejon Weeks, Ryan Acosta. And here comes Charlie Smith, DJ Curtis, Jeffrey Fenguy, Jake Bassinger, PJ Williams Carson, Scott Jeffrey Lynn. Everybody is pitting. Dom Capps is in. Jesse Turner is in. Everyone's coming down pit road. Dejon Weeks is rolling. Weeks is out. A good pit stop for Weeks. Ryan Acosta kind of struggled a little bit on pit stops. Here comes Charlie Smith. Gonna get a run off. And Charlie Smith moves into second. Acosta back to third. And Fenguy Screw did a good job to leap past DJ Curtis on pit road. We're gonna see where Nick Mace lines up. Mace and Rodriguez are gonna be basically where they were before pit stops. Just behind the 17 and the 6 car. But Nick Mace has a heck of a run. He's going to try and take Jesse Turner for a position. The championship contenders are all together battling for the top 10 spot. Mace is going to try and get to the inside of Turner. Maybe a little bit of contact. Side by side. Mace and Turner have raced each other really hard this race. Turner's going to be able to keep Mace off it now. But man, Nick Mace needs to finish ahead of Jesse Turner. Same thing for Dom Capps. They need to be trying to finish ahead of him, and Turner needs to try and finish ahead of these drivers as well to keep them from closing in on his championship lead. After pit stops, Dejon Weeks' crew did a fantastic job to get him out really quickly. He's got a pretty big lead on Charlie Smith in the 3 car. Smith has finished runner-up in a race 2 times. Mosport back in 2015, and Sonoma back in 2017, which was last year. So, could he be runner-up again for the 3rd time? Or will he find a way to run down Dejon Weeks and get his first ever Sony Cup Series victory? Ryan Acosta has been quick all race weekend as well. He sits back there in 3rd, but he's got some ground to make up. Fenguy has moved up into 4th. He won the last road course race we've ran. And DJ Curtis won at Ohio for the Cleveland Airport. Can he make something happen? Jake Bassinger, last weekend's winner, Michigan, sitting back there in 6th. Nick Mace has lost a couple of positions to Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Young. Mace has been slipping and sliding out there like he's on a slip and slide. Right now, Mace, they tried to fix on that car and make good adjustments, but he's just really too loose to get on the gas right now. And Jesse Turner going to lose in position to Dylan Young. Jake Bassinger, Jeffrey Finguy doing battle for the 4th position. And Bassinger's going to overdo it and take it away from Jeffrey Finguy. Lap car Scott Roush holding up the 2nd place driver of Charlie Smith just enough down the straightaway. It's going to allow Ryan Acosta to close in. And Ryan Acosta goes back into 2nd position. A battle for the 10th position is heating up. Jesse Turner, Dom Capps going head-to-head for a position. Right now, as it stands, Dom Capps would leave this race 10 points behind Jesse Turner in the title mix. If he can somehow get ahead of him, that would be only 12 points behind. And here comes Nick Mace overdoing a battle with Dylan Young. Every point matters. Everything's gonna matter. Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Young, they're just out there racing for every little bit they can. Rodriguez goes wide again. And Turner, what a move to overtake Dom Capps. Scott Roush, I think, went wide. But Jesse Turner gets past the 6 Ford. And Jesse Turner is into the top 10 for the first time today. Oh, man, Dom Capps nearly wrecked the 21 car. Wasn't about to give Roush any much of an inch. And Nick Mace is into 12th. He's going to have to find a way around that 21 car. But, man, what a battle these 3 drivers in the title mix are doing with each other for the top 10 spot. We're getting word that Charlie Smith has passed Ryan Acosta. I think Acosta might have been worried into the beam, bump and run by the 3 car, and overdrove it and went off the course. Charlie Smith back in a 2nd. In the last couple of laps, Jeffrey Finguy's car seems like it's been fading because he's been losing some positions to some drivers, and Jeffrey Lynn trying to get around the 92 Dodge. Lynn's just been kind of a solid top 10 driver all day. PJ Williams the same way. He's trying to get around the 92, and Lynn up another position. Now we have a battle for the 11th position. Dom Capps, Nick Mace going at it. Capps ran a defensive line into the final corner. Nick Mace tried to take it, but couldn't quite get a run off the corner on the outside. Jesse Turner has been pulling away from his competition in the championship. Behind them, he has left them to race each other. Dom Capps, Nick Mace, racing each other, not the contenders they're really wanting to try and beat. Capps and Mace want to be racing that 17 car, because if they can finish ahead of that 17 car, that means more points towards the championship lead. And right now, with them behind the 17 car, they're just going backwards in the point standings. Currently, the best battle on the racetrack looks as though it's for 2nd position. Charlie Smith and Ryan Acosta, who have yet to win a race this season, and Smith has never won a race in his entire career. The battle for 2nd has been one to watch right now. As they continue to race for 2nd, the leader has stepped out to an enormous lead. Dejon Weeks has said bye-bye to everyone behind him. He's got a tremendous lead, and it's going to need something tremendous to shake him out of the race lead. It looks as though Dejon Weeks is cruising to his 2nd win of the season, but you never know in these kind of situations. Charlie Smith and Ryan Acosta are hoping for a miracle. Jesse Turner has crept up to some more competition, and he's moved up on Jeffrey Finguy. What a great move by Jesse Turner on the road course veteran. He got on his outside and knew he was going to be in the preferred line for the whole straightaway here. What a good run for Jesse Turner. He kind of outsmarted Jeffrey Finguy to get on his right rear corner panel to have the preferred line to overtake Finguy for the position, and Turner is now up to 9th. Mace continuing to rough up his competition in the championship. He's been roughing up Jesse Turner this race, and now he's starting to rough up Dom Capps a little bit. And out of the title contenders, I don't think you'd want to rough up Dom Capps. Dom Capps seems like the one he doesn't really take much crap, because he's been really rough with Jesse Turner in the championship the last couple of races. Caps has been a very tough individual when it comes to try and rebound and make a comeback story. Caps nearly won at Michigan for the 6th win of this season. But here, it just seems like Martin Motorsports is struggling with their race cars to find a good handling car. Rodriguez trying to follow Nick Mace on up through there, and he's trying to take the 12th position. Caps falling some more spots. Caps continuing to struggle with his race car off the course, losing another position to Dylan Young. While Dom Caps continues to struggle with his race car, Jesse Turner continuing to get better as he overtakes PJ Williams for the 9th position. This battle has gotten more fun to watch. Jake Bassinger has entered the picture trying to make it a 3-horse race. And here comes Ryan Acosta. A good run. Finally is going to be able to get back in front of Charlie Smith. Smith trying to fight back, trying to get the straightaway power. But Ryan Acosta will get second back away. DJ Curtis has now entered the fray. He's made it a 4-horse race for this battle for second. And Curtis is going to go by Charlie Smith. Smith may be fading in this run a little bit as he's lost 3 positions now. Jake Bassinger trying to set up Ryan Acosta. Acosta slips a little bit. Here comes Curtis. Contact! The 3 of them all made contact. Acosta, Bassinger, Curtis. Curtis had to get out of the gas, so that's going to hurt his straightaway speed. But Bassinger at the line is going to take second away. Charlie Smith trying to get that position back from Curtis. But Curtis has the preferred line a little bit. If he can keep on the corner panel, and it looks as though he will. Charlie Smith trying to go underneath of Ryan Acosta. This is another battle for the 3rd position. Jake Bassinger has struck out into 2nd. And Charlie Smith is going to get back out into 3rd and ahead of Ryan Acosta. Ooh, and Acosta really loose into turn 1. It's going to allow DJ Curtis to get there. A bunch of race cars have really reeled these guys in now. Carson Scott's there. He's been very quiet all race. Jeffrey Lynn going to take him for a position. And here comes Carson Scott's teammate of Jesse Turner. DJ Curtis underneath of Ryan Acosta. Look at this. What a move by Carson Scott. Oh, contact by the teammates. Jeffrey Lynn, Ryan Acosta made some contact. Carson Scott took advantage of all that. And he's moved his way up into 5th position. DJ Curtis a little wide, almost off the course. Carson Scott's moved his way up the order. And Carson Scott, he's actually up to 5th position. I can't remember where everyone's running. Jake Bassinger is 2nd, Charlie Smith 3rd, Scott's in 4th, Curtis is down to 5th. But man, the biggest losers of this one has got to be the 45 of Ryan Acosta. He has lost some positions. And Jesse Turner continuing to move up the order. He's in 7th and looking for more on Ryan Acosta. And he's down the inside, gonna break underneath of him. Turner really improved the handling of his race car and has really moved up the order and broke away from his title rivals of Nick Mace and Dom Caps. Mace is battling hard with Matthew Rodriguez for the 11th position, and Dom Caps back in front of Dylan Young trying to run those guys down. Turner working on another position. This is on DJ Curtis for the 5th position. Jesse Turner continuing to try and stretch his point lead out today. And that's a top 5 running spot for Jesse Turner, the 2015 champion. What a great run for him today to rebound. He had struggled early in the race, but his team adjusted on that 17 Ford and has him in the top 5. Oh, but his teammate went out way wide, and now Turner goes into 4th. Jesse Turner trying to get around Charlie Smith for the 3rd spot. Turner has been picking his way through the field ever since pit stops, and here he is. He's been really making that move work, going around on the outside and then going around on the inside in the preferred line. And Turner into 3rd. Looks as though he's going to extend his point lead to 22 points on Dom Caps if it stands like it is right now. What a run for Jesse Turner. Absolutely fantastic rebound for him. He's in the 3rd, bringing his teammate Carson Scott into 4th. Right now, the Turner Performance cars sit 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. To take the white flag in this race, Dejon Weeks, who is looked at as Yamp Motorsports' #1 driver now, as he sees the white flag as he goes up the hill. one more time around. Just we got to make one more solid lap. And he's the winner at Road America for the first time, a Road America race since Season 6. Jake Bassinger's been trying to close, but it's just going to be too little too late, and he's got too big of a margin for Jake Bassinger to be closing this late. Bassinger will have to settle for second. His teammate Jesse Turner will be happy to come away with a third position, considering the performance he was doing early in the race before pit stops. Pit stops really helped him adjust on his race car to get where he needed to be. He's third. His teammate Carson Scott, who's been top 10 all day, is going to come away with a fourth place finish if it stays like this. And the teammates, Allen Family Racing Team, currently 5th and 6th. 7th is Charlie Smith, 8th is DJ Curtis, 9th is PJ Williams, and 10th is Jeffrey Finguy. Matthew Rodriguez is trying to reel these guys in at the very last moment to try and get a top 10 finish. Nick Mace has dropped to 12th, Dylan Young in 13th, and 14th is Dom Capps. Not a good day for either of the two title contenders that are trying to rebound on Jesse Turner. But coming back around, it just looks like it's all going to be Dejon Weeks today. As Dejon Weeks rounds for home. Yep, Motorsports was on a long winless streak until he broke a winless streak at Indianapolis and got his first ever Sony Cup Series victory. Today, he's going to get his second win in the Sony Cup Series and second win of the season. Dejon Weeks, what a dominating performance for him as he's going to see the checker flag fly. Dejon Weeks wins here at Road America. A great race for him. Jake Bassinger is going to come away second. Jesse Turner third, fourth Carson Scott, and a drag race for fifth. Looks as though Jeffrey Lynn's going to be able to get his teammate. And Lynn will edge out Ryan Acosta for a top 5 finish. Ryan Acosta 6th, 7th Charlie Smith, 8th DJ Curtis, 9th PJ Williams, and rounding out the top 10 is Jeffrey Finguy. Congratulations to Dejon Weeks on getting the victory here at Road America. He had a fast race car all day. It looked as though it was going to be him and Ryan Acosta, but a bad pit stop by Acosta pretty much gave it away and allowed Dejon Weeks to come away as the winner. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 23.